Hey everybody, it's Positive Functioning Motion here. Hopefully everyone's having a great week, and we're going to be talking about lat pull downs and deadlift basics this week. First workout we're going to be doing is the cable lat pull downs. It's pretty common in most gyms. Biggest thing is getting yourself positioned. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. You don't want to lean back. You don't want to go behind your head. You want to go straight down to the chest. I got a side view of this one, and I also got a from the behind. You can see where my arms are positioned. You can see where I'm not going all the way up. Whatever feels comfortable, that's the biggest thing. What we're showing here is going too heavy. We're going to bring the hands in a little bit. Biggest thing is why you don't want to go too heavy with this is you most likely you're going to choke up on it, and you won't get full range of motion. It's huge with a lat pull down because it lengthens the lat muscle or widthens it, and when you do full range of motion, you're actually getting more blood flow to that muscle, which is making the muscle stronger. See what I mean by choking up? I'm not really going full range of motion, which is actually probably not the best on your tendons, but you'll see a lot of people doing it. Putting the weight back to a comfortable weight. You want to do anywhere from 8 to 10 of these, in a workout. Going too much isn't a bad thing, but it realistically does nothing. This is more of a power muscle, so 8 to 10 is probably the best range with this. I'm bringing my hands in. Thing is, when you bring your hands in, it thickens. When you bring your hands out, it widthens. What we're showing here is the from behind the view with what I mean by choking up. You'll see what I mean by choking up and not really going full range of motion. What we're showing here in this next video is what it should look like. I know this is a little bit excessive, but sometimes people don't think about it because they're like, oh, I'm doing it fine. Ask somebody. But yeah, that's where you should be doing your range. Almost extending the arms all the way out. Not fully, but close. And making sure your legs are positioned underneath that bar, your feet are flat. It's a big factor. Okay. The next workout we're going to be talking about is a pull-up machine. Most gyms have them. If not, have a buddy help you if you can't do a proper pull-up. Big thing is when you do pull-ups, if you can do them by yourself, great. I can. I just do this for the aspect of the video to show you what they are. This is where I started out doing pull-ups. You get more range of motion here. What I'm showing here is how to get off the machine. Some people will get scared and put their knee there and then they'll drop the weight. Don't drop the weight. Those plates are expensive and it damages them. What we're showing here is the plate loaded lat pull down machine. You either can do this one doubles, which I'll start off with, and I'll finish up with doing single hand. I prefer to do this one single hand because it helps the range of motion and it's isolating that lat as opposed to compensating for one or the other. It was double, this is single. Biggest thing is full range of motion. Keep the weight light. If you go too heavy, you'll notice you'll start to lean back and you'll go more into pulling it towards your chest. You want to more pull it straight down. This is probably not the best angle for this, but yes, my arm is fully extending. You can see that. Hopefully everyone's enjoying these videos, and hopefully everyone's learning something from it. Keep passing it on to your friends. What I'm going to show you here is if you start to get too heavy, you can put your hand right about there to keep your body straight and flattened. What we're going to show you in this next clip is deadlift warm-ups. Did a little different variation. Majority of the time I will go in the gym, I'll warm up. If I'm doing deadlifts, I'll warm up with deadlifts, and then I'll do this next thing I'll talk about that we'll look at. Alright, deadlifts. You can go overhand or underhand. Don't try to do it with both your arms basically pulling towards the bicep. You're not doing a back row. Lighter weight, typically I'll go both overhand. When I start to go a little bit heavier, I will do a reverse grip on it. You want to come down nice, slow and steady. And most of the time I do wear a back belt if I'm going super heavy. In this case of the videos I did not show that. That's my bad. But please wear a back belt if you have back injuries or if you're going to start going really heavy. Next thing we're going to be talking about is pull racks. Typically this one you want to go a little bit heavier because you're not going full range of motion on the deadlift. You're working up in your mid back. It's actually where most deadlifts are failed, is from basically there to there, because deadlift is actually a full body workout. Most people go, oh, it's just a back work. Well, actually majority of deadlift is you're using your glutes. Yes, right here I'm using mid back a lot of the time. This is a little bit heavier. This is like, I don't know what the weight is, but it's heavier. I only do 2 reps. It was a little bit heavy, so I bailed out of it because I didn't feel like injuring myself. Next lift we're going to be talking about is the deadlifts. This is 315 pounds. And then I will show you one that's a little bit heavier that I should have put a back belt on. It actually did sort of hurt my back a little bit, but because I want to show people and what not to do, and I guess, I even do it to myself sometimes. But you see, I don't put clamps on these. That's just my preference. If you feel like you're going to be falling over, I guess put the clamps on. But if you're doing a deadlift and you're feeling like you're falling over, you probably shouldn't be doing them without a spotter. See if you can find where I messed up. If you can, comment below. This is 500 pounds on the bar. It's not the heaviest deadlift I've ever done, but big thing is when you do heavy deadlifts, stretch, wear a back belt, and basically make sure you're warmed up. But yeah, that hurt a little bit. So hopefully everyone's learning something. Here's a quick diagram of all the back muscles that if you want, just for your personal reference. Hopefully everyone has a great week. And next week we will be talking about basic at-home workouts. Hopefully everyone has a great week.